live from London, and I have a special guest all the way from Paris. Most of you know him from Periscope as a Euro Maestro. Hi guys, hi. And I'm going to put the screen in here. It's Coffee Chat with Euro. Yay. Hi. Hello, Euro. Hi, hi.
Hello, Bobbi. This is Euro. I am in Paris, as you can see in front of the Arc de Triomphe, and I'm so glad to be sharing a coffee with you.
Thank you. Thank you for deciding to join. I was so excited, and I wanted you as first official guest, even though I did the coffee chat first with the CEO, but you were the person that invited me in Hubs. So if people watching and you see the banner on top saying Hubs, we are broadcasting from Hubs TV, and I saw that banner first on Euro's broadcast. He was broadcasting on Periscope, and I was curious, and then I joined because he said it's cool and he's multicasting, like app, and I checked it out, and I'm liking it so far. Hello, Robert. Hello from Tampa. Hi, guys. Hi. Hi. So yeah, that is beautiful view. Arc de Triomphe. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So I know exactly where you are. I love Paris. I have some questions for
I
you.
know you've been to Paris.
I want to introduce you to my community. I know a lot of people know you, but maybe some of my community does not know you. So
Well,
this
that's
is,
great.
yeah, it's a great chance, opportunity to grow the following on our new home on Hubs TV and connect with you people. So I want them to find you because I love you. I love your content. You've been doing beautiful, wonderful broadcasts, and you are one of my favorite live streamers from Paris. Every time I miss Paris, which is every day because I love Paris, I just hop on and check when you live and catch your Louvre. Broadcasts are amazing, and you are so knowledgeable and smart man. I always learn something new. So, first question. Tell us about you. I'm going to let the mic on you so you can tell us a little bit about you and what got you into live streaming. That's the question.
Oh, wow. That's a great question. Well, let me first thank you for inviting me. Um, as you know, I'm a big fan of yours, and I'm really excited about this new platform, HAPS. And so I'm really glad that you came on to HAPS because of my broadcast. I've heard that from quite a few others, and then I'm sure it's like a multiplier effect because then people see you on HAPS, and then other people will join because of you. So I think it's just awesome, and I'm glad that you had Mark on here because he did a great thing bringing this to all of us. And everybody on the Hops team has just been so wonderful. And one of my big things is positivity. And I know that's one of your big things too.
Yeah.
So I just love it because they're all positive. We're all positive. So hopefully we'll have a very positive community and avoid some of the negativity that we've seen on some other platforms. So, let's build this right from the beginning, hopefully.
Yeah, awesome. How long have you been live streaming, and what was the first thing? Like, what pushed you to live stream?
Well, that's a really good question because so so Periscope went live a little over 5 years ago, and almost six now. And so I started live streaming on the very first day that Periscope became available.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm a day one person, and I don't know. It it was just kind of a random thing. I said, let's try it out. I'm kind of a tech guy, so I used to follow a lot of tech startups and write about tech startups. So
Yeah.
my initial interest was just based on technology more than anything. Let's check it out, see what it can do. But when I started doing it, I just started doing it as tests initially. I loved the interaction, and there were so many positive people. Again, I'm going to go back to positivity, I think. But I was like, oh, this is great. And so I felt great. There were people following the chat that felt good. And I was like, hey, I can share, the very simple things in life, conversation, beautiful sights, and, news from time to time. And, people seem to enjoy it, and I enjoyed it. So
Mm. By the way, we are enjoying the view, so thank you for sharing, Paris. It's like I am there, and I know the buildings down in this side as well. And it's
Yeah.
no, you're not by Champs-Élysées. Let me see exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
this is the
no,
Champs
what?
Elysees. This is the
So
Champs Elysees.
George the Sunk is just down the road. You haven't
Exactly.
gotten to Disney. The Disney shop is just down, so you're gonna come up
I'm gonna
to.
walk. I'm
Is
gonna
a
walk down.
McDonald's there?
That's right. I'm gonna walk down to the George Bank. You know it very well. I'm gonna walk down
Oh,
that
I love
direction,
it. Oh, they do
and
very amazing surveys there as well. So the
we're
next
gonna pass by
question will
the
be,
we're gonna. I'm just gonna say one thing. We're gonna pass by the Louis Vuitton store too for
oh, I love Louis
shopping.
Vuitton. I've taken so many pictures. Ooh, but it's down that way, isn't it? Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we're
Oh,
heading in
it's
that direction.
amazing chocolate shop. Hold on. Have you entered the chocolate shop? Right there in the corner before you get down. Have you entered the chocolate shop? I've bought so many chocolates there.
Where?
Here in the corner is hold on, is a little shop that sells like umbrellas and gifts, and then next to it is a
Oh,
main.
look what we have here. We've got horses.
Awesome. Oh
Horses on the Champs
wow.
Elysees, right on the sidewalk.
I know,
That,
amazing.
that's
That's great,
that, that's
guys. Hi, hi. Because I haven't sent hi, Lane. Hi, Will. Hi, Mel. Follow Mel as well, guys. Hello, guys. Hello, Osaka world. I followed you and welcome. And yes, we're gonna get you a badge because I know you want the badge. I mentioned that already. So next question for me, for Euro is okay because you are a mystery to the Perry world. Not many people have seen your face, okay? I have, but what made you
well,
decide? Because I know a lot of gamers don't show faces. No, do you?
right.
You just started and you said, you know what? It's about the content. I'm not gonna, focus on me. It's just
Yeah.
the content because I know a lot of live streamers do that, and it's good. Because it's mystery. Keep that. Was that for you, or what? Is there something like you want to keep? What is it?
Yeah, I think you're quite right. No, oh, so here's a cafe. Um, one of many cafes. I got a nice smiley face. No, so for me, no, it wasn't about creating a mystery, but it was about sharing the content. Because I was like, why should the focus be on me? For me, the focus is on the content, what I'm seeing, what I'm experiencing, and hopefully to try to share it with you. So you kind of see the world through my eyes is kind of the idea. Um,
Yeah.
when Periscope started, that was the idea of the application actually. So when Periscope first started, they had the back camera activated, not the front camera, and the prompt was, "What do you see?" So
Yeah.
the idea was you put in what you see and you show what you see, and that was of course it changed over time, but the original idea was for people to share their vision of the world with others. And we used to talk about teleporting. Like you could be anywhere in the world and you could teleport to Paris or to London,
Mm,
you know.
amazing. That's what I love. That's what I love. And you remember in the beginning, we like when they turned front and back camera, we kept clicking and oh my god, and the face is showing, and you're like, what am I
Yes.
doing? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Always, it's like awesome to be like in the beginning because you are like the beta tester, and
Right.
that's why I tell people here, this is you beta testing because this was a news app, so give them a chance to kind of change ways around to make it possible for all us streamers to,
That's right.
do
I
what
mean,
we do best. So that's why I'm being patient, which is awesome, to be here. Now, next question is
yes.
because you are a pro live streamer, and as I said, I love your uh, streams and I love your content, and you tell people stories and you tell us history. You are very knowledgeable. So if I'm coming to your stream, I know I'm going to learn something. You know a
Oh,
lot
that's so kind
about
of
a
you.
lot of things. So I just listen and I love it. I love it. So thank you for that and for the knowledge. And I know you have some big news to share, but we're gonna go right to the end, and you can do is a big news that Euro's gonna share as his thing. But if you if it was anything you could have done different, like in your live streaming journey, is there something you would have wanted to change or something? And also, I want you to mention probably somebody that is new to live streaming, content creating, or something somebody is thinking about starting. What is your, say, three top tips that you'd give to this new live streamers? Thank you.
Oh, wow. So those are some really good questions. Um, so yeah, well, first of all, I do love history and I love science. So those topics come up quite often in my scopes. That's true. Um, I would say that in terms of tips for somebody who wants to get into live streaming, uh, I'm gonna steal a line from Nike and say just do it. Don't be
Yeah,
don't be worried. No, really, because a lot of people I talk to, they say, I'd like to do it, but I'm a little worried. I don't know what they're worried about. Maybe not being professional, whatever. Like, you
yeah,
shouldn't worry about that. Just be yourself. Talk about whatever you want to talk about.
yeah,
Show whatever you want to show. We have all different types of people live streaming, and it's all great. And they all attract their own audiences. So, if you like to talk about, comic book characters or, Star Trek or whatever your
yeah. It's
thing
something
is,
for everybody.
it's something
Mm-hmm.
for everybody. Just talk about it. And the people that like that subject will find you. And don't worry about it. And it may take time, and that's normal. None of us start with, we all start with 0 followers. So we all start off the same, and don't worry about it. And it to me, it doesn't really matter. If you have only one person that follows you and you're having a good conversation with one person, then that's great, right?
Exactly what I say, because
Yeah,
I think I am having just a coffee chat, and if I'm in a coffee, sitting with one person in front of me, having my full attention, that's it. I am
exactly.
having a conversation. So even if I have 5 people watching, 100,000, it's
Exactly.
the same. I communicate the same. I give the same attention.
Right.
So
Oh
that's
my
why I
God.
tell people I had about 5 people watching in the beginning, but I built up
Right.
from that. Then people kept coming, and five and a half, six, like years later, they still keep coming. So you
That's
build
right.
slowly. Don't feel like, oh my God, don't compare yourself with some big streamers that have been doing it for long
Right. Exactly.
because like we get more views. You work
Exactly.
yourself
And it
towards
doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter. One person is great. If the
that.
if you like the
Exactly.
one person, it's
Yeah.
great. You made a connection. And I'll tell you what, I do these Zoom sessions,
Yeah.
and I have people come in, and sometimes we have a lot of people in the Zoom session. Sometimes I just have 1 or 5 people, and it's fine. We have our conversation, we do our thing,
It's
and
better
it really
sometimes
doesn't
because,
matter.
yeah, it's better because you connect with people in more personal
Yeah,
level, and you learn more about these people actually when it's
th-
fewer people, because I would
that
learn
is
more,
true.
yeah, about
Yeah,
those friends. So now the next question for me
yeah.
is there any favorite spot you have in Paris to stream? And I want to know your favorite moment. What is one of, well, it could be
Oh,
many, but
wow.
one of your favorite memories you might have from your live streaming journeys. And, like, what's your best memory kind of in, I mean, I know you will have lots because you've done a many wonderful stream, but is there any in particular that kind of
Uh,
pops in your head and like a
yeah,
favorite spot?
wow, that is a really good question. It's really so hard
Thank
to
you.
say because I've had so many favorites. Some of my favorites include like when I'm traveling and I know you've traveled to Paris, for instance, and that would have been a great opportunity to meet up with you. I've traveled to New York and Dubai and Florida, and so the traveling is really great because it gives me an opportunity to meet all these people in person that that we talk to online. So that's always great. And then Paris just has so many beautiful places that I love to share. One of the things that really struck me early on, and one of the things that motivated me to keep going rather than just stop, was there was a early periscoper on here called he called himself the blind periscoper,
Mm-hmm.
and he was blind and he did some great scopes, and he contacted me early on and said, Euro, I really love your scopes and the way you narrate during the scopes, because he says, you describe things with enough detail that I feel like I'm there and I'm experiencing it.
Exactly.
And
That's what I said. Yes.
yeah, and I got, that really touched me. I got a little verklempt, and because for me, I'm just walking around, I'm not doing anything necessarily substantial, but the fact that it has an impact on some people, I was like, wow, I should really do this. And I've had other people contact me, like they said, they're bedridden, because of their health situation, and they
Me
can't go
too.
outside.
Yeah.
And they, what I mean? And they said, I get to see things, I get to see Paris that, unfortunately they're not going to be able to. And so it brings a lot of joy to them. And I said, wow, I never thought about all these different situations where, just doing something simple can bring joy or
Exactly. That's
happiness to
it.
people.
Yeah, we think.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd get tired sometimes because it takes a lot of effort to live stream. I mean, and for
Yeah.
somebody like us that do it regularly, a lot of time,
Right.
a lot of money, a lot of effort, like
Right.
going. So it's like, and on top of that, we have our own lives. But every time I
Right.
think, oh, I should like take it easy and not do for a while, then I get an email, oh, I'm bedridden from health issues, this and that. And the only thing
Right.
I look forward to is like your broadcast. I feel calmer and I feel
Right.
better.
Right.
And I'm like, hold on, because I feel responsible now and I should go. Even if
Yes.
I feel not good, I'm like, hold on, because this person, I'm making their day. And if I can make somebody's days, that's awesome for me. So then I like,
Yes.
okay, I'm coming on, let's do a little quick scope, which it turns in 3 hours. But, you know,
Right. Right.
uh,
We are so much on the same wavelength. Yeah. And I've had other people um, like they're in fine health and everything, and they have visited here before, and they just
mhm.
appreciate bringing back the memories. They say, oh, this reminds me of my trip from 10 years ago or 15 years ago or whatever. And this, like, they just like the memories of re-seeing some of their favorite spots. So I was like, yeah, I can totally get that. And so it makes
Yeah.
sense to me. And I just love, I mean, it's one of the reasons why I love the platform is just seeing so many different people doing whatever it is that they do. So I really appreciate, because it's important to me, is like art. So when I see artists on here doing their stuff, I'm like, wow, that is, phenomenal. So I enjoy watching that so much. And, there's experts on here on science and history. There's Darius out of Rome with archaeology. And so, I learn a lot and I experience things that otherwise I wouldn't experience. So,
Yeah. Other
you know,
thing is, it's like I've seen even people in the same living in the same place, and they learn. So they would see a streamer from the same town, and they were like, "Oh, I never seen there that," or "I haven't been there."
right,
And
right.
you learn so much, which is great. And as you
Yes.
say, that's the
Well, just,
thing,
you
because
you did that for me just now. You're like, hey, there's the coffee, the chocolate shop.
oh
And so
yeah,
that happen that
it's
happens
right
all the
there next to the watch
yeah,
shop. It's amazing. Go try it. Every time I come to
I
Paris,
will try it
before
out.
yeah,
But
before I
but
come to London, I go grab lots of chocolates for my son. But it's beautiful. Some of
oh
them are very expensive. It's very kind of exclusive little chocolate shop, but it's
well
really good. Trust me,
well that
you'll love it.
that's
And
all I want. That's all I want is a lot of chocolates to eat.
yeah, oh well,
And
we do, and we got chocolate Johnny. We're gonna try his chocolate. So yeah,
and a
it's
warm chair.
awesome.
Oh, Chocolate Johnny sent me some chocolates, and they
Oh,
were
did they? Oh,
amazing. Oh yeah,
nice. They
twice
are
as a
good,
matter of
aren't
fact.
they? Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, it's like as you say, that is the great thing about live streaming because you miss. I mean, you could be homesick, could be a Parisian that lives in America and they miss Paris. They're like, oh, I want to see
Right,
Paris. So they would like join you, and they are there with you. And plus, the
right.
way you narrate that the blind scoper from Paris is right. That's how I think of you, because you narrate so beautifully and you are so
Oh, thank
knowledgeable.
you.
So people always will learn something new. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to invite you here, because I love
Oh,
you.
you're
I'm
so
going to
kind.
be inviting all like noteworthy people and broadcasters that I love and I learn from. You learn so much. And yes, I've learned so much because some of the things you know the history of things and places, you talk about them because of course, even if you don't know about them, you do your research. Okay, you go prepared to a place, which is great. And I learned that I should do my research if I'm going to a museum or to a castle or something. So I know a few dates and I know a few things. So these are things that you kind of you steal ideas pretty much from other broadcasters. So you like
Yeah. Well,
how you
you know,
narrate, and you're gonna say, hey, you know what? When I start live streaming, I want to be like Euro. I want to narrate, so I'm gonna do my research. So
well,
that's the great thing. So next question for me is,
yes. You know this place, La Durée, by the way?
uh,
They
where,
make macaron, and
oh no, you moved on since then. I have
let,
to
here,
contact.
let me
Yeah,
show
of
you.
course. Yes. Oh my God, I've tried so many cafes and I've sat everywhere. Yes, the macaroons. Num, num, num.
Yes, aren't those good?
I sit everywhere. I love the cafes. That's my life. Coffee in a
Yes.
coffee shop.
Well, you know what?
I love
And
coffees. But yeah,
and that's a very European thing, and so obviously, like in places like London and Paris and Rome, we just love to like sit in a cafe
people
and
walking.
with people watching. Exactly, just watch the people go by and sip on your cafe, and it's
Yeah,
very relaxing, and have a conversation if you're with someone, or just watch
yeah,
if you're alone, and
yeah,
it's a great way to pass the time. And the
yeah.
Americans are often very rushed, so unfortunately their idea of drinking coffee sometimes is literally just like you know consuming the whole thing as quickly as possible and
Yes,
leaving.
yes. No,
We're
no. I could stay for hours, 2, 3 hours.
right.
I'm
That's what I
enjoying
was
my
just gonna
double of
say.
so I
We
just
stay
work.
for hours at the cafe reading or watching, and just taking a little break.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
so
no, we
true.
love it. Europeans, Albania is the same. And there is
Yeah,
a big, big live stream. Well, he is a content creator. He does um,
yeah,
content on Facebook as well. But he went to Albania and he said there is more coffee shops in Albania per head than anywhere in the world. I don't know.
yeah.
It's like 200 something per square. It's ridiculous. We have so many coffee shops. It's like everybody is in cafes. Anybody visits Albania thinks that nobody works because everybody is in the cafes. But they do their business in the cafe, meetings in the cafe, everything is done in the cafe. Oh, let's have a coffee and we discuss. So yeah,
Right.
it's a coffee kind of, you go to the cafe world. You wake up the cafe, everything. So the next question for me
Yeah.
was, when did you join Hubs? How did you come about it? And what do you like about Hubs? Anything you can tell people that are not decisive? Like what? Because you never know, you might move on. I mean, we are still testing Hubs, but what started you? How did you join Hubs? Because I joined from you. How did you join Hubs? And
Well,
how did you come about? What do you like about the live streaming app?
well, I'm kind of like you. I was, so I'm on Periscope, and I've, been on Periscope almost 6 years now, and
Yeah,
so I'm watching the feed, and occasionally I kept seeing in my feed this Haps channel and these broadcasters, and sometimes they were broadcasters I knew from Periscope, but they were also on Haps. A lot of them were new people, and I was like, why are these people on Haps? you know and so it kind of piqued my curiosity.
curiosity. Yeah, that's me too. As soon as I
Yeah,
see Google search, what is it? Then I got a message from them because they see me asking
right.
you questions all the time in the broadcast. What is apps? What is it?
So what I did was I just joined up. I said, you know what? I might as well look into it, see what it's about. So I joined up, and I talked to Pablo and Peter, who are in the community, and they've been great. They help everybody out, and they were like, "Yeah, give it a try." So my very first scope, I did something, or my first Hapcast, I did something that I have done many times on Periscope, which is I filmed the Louvre Museum. It was open then. Of course, it's closed now because of the pandemic, but it was open back then, and I just literally did it as a test. I wasn't even prepared. I had the wrong equipment, gimbal, and everything. But I figured, oh, it's just a test. It's a new platform, and I didn't have any followers. Right? I started with 0 followers on Hap, so I was like, probably not going to get many people anyways. Just do a test. Don't worry about it. Well, was I wrong? So my very first broadcast on Haps, I got 100,000 live viewers.
Amazing.
Not replay, live viewers. So
From Reddit, right? It went like viral on Reddit.
Yes, it went on Reddit and it just took off. And I was like, wow, maybe I should be on this platform. But I was like blown away, and I was like, wow, imagine if I had actually planned something or had the right equipment. Yeah. But it was fun and it was so great. And I said, you know what? I'll give it a try. But the main thing that motivated me more than anything, more than the viewers and everything else, was the team, the Haps team.
That's what for me too.
That's what got me. Pablo and Peter, and then I met other people of the team later on. They're all great. They were all positive, and I was like, oh my God, that's what's important to me, the community feeling. The people. And I said, because if you have the right people on the team, they're going to foster a positive environment, which is going to create a positive community. So that is good. And that was, unfortunately, that was something that was a little lacking on the Periscope side, not because they didn't have positive people, but they weren't as available to us, and they weren't able, they didn't have the resources to make changes quickly. Whereas these people, they're positive, they have time for us, they talk with us, they listen to us, and they actually make changes. They have the ability to make changes quickly. So, if they can keep that up, I mean, I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, that we are in the same wavelength. That's what I think, because they contacted me straight after your broadcast to say, hey, would you like to join Haps? Like, we saw you commenting on Euro's and I'm like, oh, but then I read that it's news, and I'm like, hold on, that's not for me. But then I kept thinking, Euro is there, and Euro.
Look at this, Bobbi. Look at all these motorcycles.
Oh wow,
it's like a caravan. Caravan of motorcycles.
Are they Harleys?
I'm not sure.
Or are they just like bikes, Hondas? Oh wow, amazing! I love bikes.
I wonder if there's some kind of
rally, bikers rally.
That's a bikers rally.
And that's social media for you. We can see, live streaming, boom, boom, straight. When can you see like a convoy of bikes? That's amazing. So somebody asks, how do you do this? Guys, we are streaming from Haps TV, which allows you to have about 7 people at a time on the screen. So you can invite up to 7 guests.
That's right.
So
I was on a broadcast yesterday, on Haps, the first one I've been in, with 8 people at the same time, the host plus 7 guests, and I was like, wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, so that's great about it. But as I was saying, we are in the same length, because I think the same about the team. Because of course there are multi-streaming platforms out there we could join and stuff. But how, from the first time that I met them, they were so helpful all the time. And you send a message, they are like there. Now, of course, it could be also that it's the beginning for us. We came a bit early on. and they have more time to reply to us like quicker, because now that all Periscope is shut in, more people are joining, they're going to be swarmed in with messages. So I expect that they're not going to reply just as fast as they did us, but they are very kind and generous and very helpful, which I thought, you know what, that's what matters, is we buy
Right.
people. We buy, because if no matter, if even if you are not as good as artist, your personality is good, people buy into the art.
Right.
They don't buy into just the art because they would like a piece from me, because Bobbi is fun, I like a piece of art from her. So it's the same with me. I'm like, hold on, even if the app is just for the news and what have you, they change in it, I'm gonna help them. I said I'm gonna help them to bring more like live streamers like us that do a different thing. So that's why I decided, because I bought on people, and you are quite correct, to say that, because I feel the same way, and I know that a lot of people feel the same. So where are we all walking now? Because I'm loving that path. Oh,
This is the Abercrombie and Fitch store in
oh,
Paris.
oh, is
And this
it?
is their
Oh,
entrance. Yeah,
yeah, but
so
I
here, let me
love
show
the,
it to you
the
real
the
quick.
pathway though leading to that. Look at that.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, it's a beautiful building, and it has, let me just show you the doors here. So
oh,
the
so
doors are just
beautiful. I
incredible.
want to paint that way, the pathway going there. I want.
Oh
It's
yeah.
yeah, it's
And
so beautiful with the
in
trees
this
like line.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
that's it.
in the spring,
Oh,
it's all green
oh,
here,
I
you
love
know.
that. I love
So
that so
yeah,
much. I want
it's
to
really
paint
nice.
that.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
You see,
And you
that's
see,
great because I get inspired. I see a little view. I saw Mark's photo, which is similar, but his is with trees, like bigger
right.
trees. And I'm like, oh, I want to paint that. And I see Mel sunsets and sunrises, and I'm like, oh, I want to paint that. I'm probably gonna join and paint a sunrise or a sunset live. But this is great. Oh, I love it. Is
Now,
it snowing there? Has
no, we don't really get snow. So in London, you don't get snow either, do you?
no, no rain only.
Yeah, we only get rain. So this is our winter. I think it's probably. Let me check on my watch. I have an Apple Watch, so I can tell you the temperature. It's 11 degrees.
Oh
So
well.
this is a typical winter day for us, like 10 to 12 degrees. Um, so it's way too warm, obviously, to snow, but it does rain occasionally. Sometimes it's nice and sunny. If it gets really cold, it'll go down to like 7 degrees or even 5 degrees.
Yeah.
But that's like really cold.
Yeah,
So
even if
usually,
it gets snow, it's a day, isn't it? A day or two, and it melts. It's like a little bit in London, not much.
right.
I
Yeah,
bought,
usually it's around 10 degrees, I would say.
yeah, yeah. I bought a snow sledge for my son when he was like, I don't know, 4, when we first moved to London, because it snowed that year, and that's it. It never been used, so I had to chuck it. I threw it the other day.
Right,
And more
exactly.
snow to go snowboarding. He went that year, but when he was a little kid, it snowed and it had quite a lot. But then,
Well,
boom,
you know what's interesting is, everybody likes to have a white Christmas and they talk about white Christmas. Well, that white Christmas was really kind of made famous by Charles Dickens, who would
yeah,
write about it in a lot of his stories, including the Christmas Carol and many others, and this idea of it snowing on Christmas Day, which is quite interesting because actually it's a very rare thing to happen in London. Um, in the um, in the 20th century, it only happened like 3 times in 100 years. But what happened in the 19th century, they had a sort of mini ice age. They had a cold period for many years, and it just so happened that Charles Dickens was born during that period. So that's why he's writing about it, because it was actually a common experience for him. When he was a child, they had a white Christmas every winter for like 8 years in a row.
yeah.
So that's why he
What?
writes about it, and that's why, in our culture, in the Anglo-American culture, there's this romantic idea of a white Christmas, even though he just happened to be born at the right time in history to be
Yeah.
able to write about that.
Well, in terms of fashion, I know that wedges, the wedge shoes, the high platform
Right?
shoes, are invented in Paris. But if you do
Ah,
the search, you'll learn the history, the rest of you, because I don't want to talk. But it was, yeah, it's very interesting story, and
ah.
it involved poop as well.
Well,
And
I
yeah, all them ladies did not want to step. Remember when Paris was kind of flooded and stuff? So they
right.
invented the shoes with very high platform. So the
Oh,
ladies'
okay.
feet do not touch all, the bad.
Wow, I
Yeah,
did not know that. I'm
yeah.
gonna have
It
to look
was
that up. That sounds interesting.
famine. It was a TB. It was lots of yeah,
Right.
yeah, on the streets. So they were covered, and so they invented these high platform shoes. So yes,
Huh.
ladies, fashionistas, say thank you to the Parisians for inventing. So the ladies' shoes, no matter what, they don't go all the way like down flat. So they are as higher the better. The higher the better. So they don't touch all the rubbish on the floor. So yes, wedges, wedge shoe. Well, they call them wedges. Platform shoes are invented in during those times. Yeah, that's amazing. Amazing. Hey, you are amazing. Yeah, it's great. Now I know you had some breaking news to share with us. Because just
Well,
earlier you said some breaking news. Do you want
sure.
to announce it here, or do you want to do your own thing? You can
No,
do the
I do.
breaking.
Yeah, I don't mind announcing it here. I just want to say I see there's so many great people in the comments, and there were so many great questions. One of them was Slim. What was his name? Slim Broski. He was asking, is there going to be a maps feature in Haps?
Yes,
So
they're working on it.
there you go.
Yeah,
You heard the
yeah.
answer. Yes.
Somebody saying 8 people is a lot. It's 7 people. You can invite up to 7 people. It will be like a Zoom meeting. So you can
Yeah.
control because you can turn off any of the people from the broadcast studio in here. So if I want
Yeah.
to, I can turn Euro off, and you could just see me, but you will take
Right.
turns. So I would be asking a question, and I say thank you, so he knows that he's talking. So
Right.
yeah, you'll get
It,
around it.
it's not as bad as it sounds because not only do you have the 8 people, but you see the cameras as well as their voice, so you can see when someone's talking or want to talk. Um, in Periscope, you have the 3 people in the beam, but it's audio only. So
Hmm.
it gets a little harder when it's audio only because you can't see people's reactions and if they want to talk. So you might accidentally over talk each other every now and then. But when you have the visual, I think it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely. Because then you just see like boom, boom, it clicks, but you don't know if they talk in and they talk over, and it gets confusing. That's why I don't use. I only used it a couple of times, and the first time I used it, some stranger kind of called, and there was because I invited Chris Gill, and he was being like racist towards Chris and nasty, so I turned it off, and I never even turned it on again because I did not want to make the same mistake inviting strangers
Right,
to call in. So I turned it off. But all my
right,
followers, all my community was like, "Oh, please do like a Colleen." They love my coffee chats. Like they are very
right.
good
I
on
love them. Yeah,
Periscope, and I said I want to do it. They make it like a Bobby show, coffee chat and stuff. So this idea has come since ages from Periscope, and I kept saying yes, I'm going to invite guests and stuff, but I did not know how to do the 2 cameras. I kept seeing people on Periscope do these 2 cameras, but from a third party kind of app and connect them.
right.
I did not know how to do it. So this is great for me because now I can invite my favorite people, not working
Yes,
people, introduce people to different, because yes, we follow people from Periscope and things, but this is great. New beginning. We can connect with new people. Yeah. So it's not stale.
absolutely. That's
Yeah.
what I love about Hops is because some of these things, there are other ways to do it, different solutions, but the advantage is they've made it so simple. Anybody can do it. They've made it automatic. You add your other social media connections and you can just broadcast to them. And
Precisely.
yeah, the other solutions
And we
always
are seeing
required
in all our social
setup.
medias. I'm sharing it everywhere. Sorry, we're talking over. Yes, I'm sharing it everywhere. I don't know where you're sharing it, but it's everywhere. And we don't have the same followers. So now we're reaching
Right,
more people.
exactly.
It's amazing and collaborating with each other.
yeah, I think I shared it everywhere. But that's the beauty of it is those other solutions always required setup and planning, and it's like, oh my God. Whereas this, I can just concentrate on the content, and so I think it's great. And like you said, we're each sharing to different audiences, which I think that's another beautiful thing about this. So hopefully, a lot of the people that follow me will see this and say, oh, I have to follow Bobbi too. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
amazing.
advantage.
Yes. Somebody is saying, I wish hubs would add Periscope's map feature and seeing people's location. It's great to work. Yes, they are adding the maps. They will add how many people are viewing you. Like now you can see how many viewing you, but more like which people that you follow. Yeah, like the bubbles on Periscope. So they are adding that. I had a new list last night that I gave them with new features as well. They're working towards the block function and lots of other things. But we have to give them a bit of time because they are a small team and they add in all these new features that everybody is requesting. Now I want to know from you. Oh, well, hello there. Is that pink? There are guys that rent them, is it? Because in the
Yeah,
corner.
you can rent these, and they
Yeah,
have
I know. It's
Ferraris
like
and they have
150
Lambos.
euros for an hour, or sometimes 30,
Right,
300.
exactly.
Yeah, I know. And there are some yellow ones as well. They are amazing. But yeah, they will add all of this. We just have to give them time because this app was for newcasters. So now they have to add all these new features,
Right.
these features to accommodate us. So just be patient. It's like beta, like having the beta scope. So we are the beta testers, and that's it. So what do you think, Euro? This is important, like in terms of, because I see a lot of periscopers, yeah, getting too focused on uh, badges and like, oh, can we have
Oh, yeah.
badges? How do you think? What do you think in regards to that? Because this is a different app, and it's a different house we're coming into. Now, yes, I worry about followers and my count, whatever, because you start from scratch. But then again, I think even if I lose all my followers, I'm going to have to start scratch. I mean, what can I do? I wish I
Exactly,
don't lose my
exactly.
followers. But
Right.
how do you feel? What's your feelings into that?
I think
Like,
I feel the same way as you. Like, obviously, like, I don't want to lose my followers because, I've met so many great people and we've had great conversations. But on the other hand, it's like, hey, we can't control it. If Twitter wants to shut down Periscope, they're going to shut it down. And so it may happen. And, I wouldn't worry so much about the badges. I think people, should concentrate on their content. Like, are you doing something that makes you happy, that you want to share, that's meaningful to other people? The badges will come later. If you're doing stuff, you'll get badges. And if it takes a while, then, so be it. I wouldn't overly worry about the badges. When I follow people, I'm never following somebody because they have this badge or that badge.
yeah,
I'm looking at their content.
content, exactly.
Yeah, and I say,
That's
oh, I
what
like this person. I mean,
but
since I've joined Haps, I followed so many new people I never heard of, just because they were live streaming, and I looked at it and I said, oh, this looks interesting, and I see people following me and following you from this broadcast, and that's the way it should be. Like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
they like
Well,
what we're doing.
that's great. And I have
Yeah.
followed people that are periscopers that I never even seen before on Periscope because
Yes, me
I
too.
feel guilty that I don't watch as many streams because I'm always so busy and creating
Right.
and painting or preparing. And I always feel guilty that I can't catch so many unless I see somebody live and I have time and
Right.
I'm watching, then just to think, oh, let me see what they doing, when you think about.
Right.
But here I've discovered so many like lively characters and amazing people, and they say, oh yeah, I come from Periscope, and then I'm like, oops, guilty a little bit because I haven't seen you on Peri, but hey, glad to connect here, let's start fresh. So I've followed many people that I haven't followed before, and I'm discovering new people, which is amazing. And I'm going to continue that. I thought new ways now, new ways I'm going to connect with new people. I'm going to make new connections. So that's good. That's good.
Yes, that's very nice.
Oh, look at those trees. I love that.
Do you like those trees? That's what I was
Oh,
wondering what you thought.
listen, I love the trees. I love any roads. I could just walk there for hours if I have trees on both sides. It's just
Yes.
enjoy the view. You are so lucky. I prefer Paris to London in terms of walking the streets.
Yeah, I do too, actually. Although
Yeah.
London has a lot of beautiful spots, but Paris is kind of magical because we just have so many places like this
Oh,
where you can walk, and you
please
got the
just
tree-lined
show us those
streets
trees. Just walk us to
and
those
the
trees.
and these beautiful buildings. So I tell
Amazing.
people, like, if you do come to Paris, especially like if it's your first time, be sure to allocate some free time just to walk around and explore. Everybody wants to rush to the big tourist sites, which that's
Yes.
fine, but spend some time in these other areas, because you will be amazed, and you'll have a good time just walking around, just having a coffee and seeing people, meeting people. You never know what'll happen.
Yeah, okay. I want to know some of your favorite spots. What would you suggest to people visiting Paris? Not necessarily the tourist spots, because they're gonna get a map, gonna do them, but something you
Right.
discovered that is worthy to go in. Discovering. Because my friends live in Paris and they know all the good spots, not the tourist spots. We go like,
Right.
you know. And I love Montmartre, though. I love Montmartre, just going around there, and Sacré-Cœur, because you can see all the parties. You just grab a coffee, sit there, and just enjoy. There's always something going on, and watch the artists. But yourself, as living in Paris, you know all the spots. Tell us.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a great example, because I've talked to a lot of people that have visited Paris, and some have never made it to the Sacré-Cœur, or they just make it to the Sacré-Cœur. But just don't go to the Sacré-Cœur. Visit the whole neighborhood, because you will love just walking around Montmartre and enjoying the restaurants there and cafes. And we have lots of areas like that. We have a place right near the Les Halles, for instance, which has a street, which is it's a pedestrian street, so it's closed to traffic, and you
Mm.
just have all these great shops and restaurants and cafes, and it's just beautiful to watch. We have all these cobblestone streets and stuff like that, and then we have some great parks if you enjoy nature. So we've got 2 woods to explore, and tons of other parks, which are just beautiful.
I
And
love the
so
parks as well. And we got
yeah, and
Euro has joined us. Hello, Mark, and welcome. We are
oh,
doing
Mark's
coffee
here.
talk with Euro today.
Mark, I feel so honored to do a coffee with Bobbi after your introductory one, which I watched and which was awesome.
Yeah, so I had to invite the man that invited me. Well, I saw him on Hubs, and yeah, I came because of Euro, because I said, hold on, if Euro is there, it must be good, because that's how it goes. And then a lot of people then saw me, and I'm like, they said the same thing. Oh, well, hold on, if Euro and Bobbi is there, why not? And then Chantal saw, and I said, Chantal, you have to come here. So I brought Chantal here, and
Oh,
other
you brought.
people.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
I'm like bringing. I'm
So,
getting all the
so,
good scopers. Hey,
so
join! I say, because if you are here, I'm here. We want good content creators to be here, because we want
right.
to make it a good place, so viewers can enjoy a lot of good content.
Well,
The-
you just yeah, you just raised an excellent point. That's that whole chain thing that I was talking about. So I do a broadcast on Haps, and then you see it and you join, and then you bring Chantal, and then Chantal brings other people, and then each of us keeps bringing more and more people, and it just creates a great positive community.
Oh, I just heard it's Chantal's birthday today. Don't forget to wish her a happy birthday.
Oh my
Oh my
God, that's
God, did
right. I
you?
almost
Oh,
forgot.
I
Yeah,
did
happy
not know.
birthday.
I have to go join. I think she
Yeah,
was live as well. I did not know. But happy birthday, Chantal. Here from
yeah.
Happy birthday. I'm going to pop in and say happy birthday. Yeah. Yeah. What is it? Tips: touring in France, don't start in Paris. Tour in province of France. Ah, okay. You're talking about the Tour de France. Yeah, but also
Well,
I wanted to say thank you so much, guys. Please follow Euro Maestro. He is
oh,
Euro Maestro everywhere.
I want you guys to see this car.
Yes, show us this car.
Do you see
Oh
it?
my God, what kind of car is that?
I don't know. It's a three-wheel car. It's
Wow.
very cool, though.
Hold on. Let me take myself off. So I want to see that big.
Did you guys see that?
Oh, that is good.
I think that's some celebrity.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, look at that. Yeah, probably only they have the good cars.
It's
Hello,
a really nice
Chris.
car.
Hi. How are you? Hi, guys. I am here. Hi. Three-wheeler. Yeah, but I did not know. Probably a custom car, you know. But I was
Yeah, I
telling
don't know. It's pretty awesome. I'm gonna have to check
people,
that out.
guys, follow Euro on YouTube, on Instagram, on Hubs TV, on Twitter. Periscope is closing, but hey, that's where you find lots of this other content to have a look and check. Just finished the broadcast, said she will do an. Oh, cool, cool. Well, I did not know, but happy birthday. I'll check her cast. This was a scheduled broadcast, so I could not stop my stream because I scheduled this from yesterday. But yes, happy birthday. Many more to come. Hope she has fun. So probably you guys have to go buy lots of coffees from Chantel over there. And don't forget that you can. I have a buy me a coffee up right in there. And Euro, do you have a buy me a coffee link? How people support you?
You know, I don't. I don't have any links for people to support me. So I guess they could do it on Haps is probably the best way because
Exactly. So tap on
yeah,
Euro's broadcast and tap those awards and support because he deserves support for his hard work and so much money spent on travel and going around Paris and showing and tickets to enter into places to show us all these amazing views. And yeah, anything, because that's what the community is made of. It's made of viewers and content creators. The viewers
yeah.
supports the content creators so we can provide better content and more content, and that all costs. So yeah, support Euro and myself, of course, because we are
Oh
here
yeah,
to
definitely.
entertain you. And now
Yeah,
let's enjoy a little bit of Paris because I want Paris. My coffee's almost done.
yeah. I'm always very happy when. So yeah, people should definitely support Bobby and artists because you know they do such great things, and you know they definitely merit those types of rewards. Um, yeah, I have to
The
say,
news
like
flash
the
as
first.
well. You were
What's that?
telling us that news flash. We forgot that.
Oh yeah. So I'm a COVID-19 researcher at a think tank that informs on public policy. Uh, it was founded in 1945, so it's been around a while and fairly prominent on public policy recommendations. And so, you know, we've had good news on the COVID-19 front. Oh, look at the police are here. We've had good news on the COVID-19 front with all these vaccines and stuff, so that's great news. But we did have a little bit of setback from your neck of the woods. In the UK, they have discovered a new variant of the virus, which is much more contagious than the previous variant, and so it's something we need to keep an eye out on. And
Wow.
even as we speak, the UK Prime Minister is having an emergency cabinet meeting to discuss this new variant and what it means. And you know, I've done a preliminary analysis. There's about 17 mutations,
Oh my
and
God.
yeah, I'm concerned by some of these mutations. Uh, yeah, so it looks like they affect the binding with the ACE2 receptor and whatnot, and
Oh
affect
wow.
the surface and geometry, which may make it. We'll have to see. We don't know a lot of information. All we know for sure is it's more contagious, but these effect on the surface of the glycoprotein may affect the vaccine efficacy. That's
Oh
what
my
I'm concerned
God.
about. Yeah.
No.
So we'll have to wait and see. and we don't know yet the clinical consequences. You know, if it's more serious, maybe it's less serious if we're lucky.
Mm,
So we'll have to wait and see.
yeah. Well, I was reading very interesting article as well in terms of blood type. It said
Yes.
that blood type 0 is less kind of perspective to get corona or something, is less cases with blood type 0. Is that correct? Or is that just, that
Well,
was
that is well. No, that is
scientific one?
that's correct, but you just have to be a little careful. So it doesn't mean that people that have that blood type won't get coronavirus. It just means that they are less likely to get
Less
it. So
likely, yeah, because
less
it
likely.
it was interesting, like percentages, and it said like
Yeah.
35% for O positive, no, O
Right.
negative, and 40% of people could get it from on positive. So it was like a very interesting for me. I am
Yeah.
O positive. I still am 35% or 40. Yeah, 30.
Right. Exactly. That's why I don't want people to think that it means you're totally safe. It just means less risk. So so in terms of blood type A, uh, unfortunately, has an increased risk,
Yeah.
uh, and blood type O, as you pointed out, has a decreased risk.
J. Oprah is asking, this news is most concerning. What more can we do? So what can they do to, you
Well,
know, check?
that is a very good question. It's possibly concerning. Like, you know, we don't shouldn't be too alarmist yet because we really don't know. But it's already problematic in the sense that it's more contagious because it means we're going to have a lot more cases. It's going to spread a lot faster. They already have 1,100 cases in the UK in 60 different council areas. And somebody else pointed out on here, I think it was British Spy, that that the prime minister is going to make a speech to the nation at 4 p.m.
Like,
So
somebody
so
is
yeah.
saying I missed was Euro said, because I am thankful that you decided to share your breaking news during our coffee chat, because we were discussing this before Euro came live, and I said, would you like to do it as a breaking news in your broadcast? And he said, it's okay, I can share it on your coffee chat, but I'm sure that he's going to talk more in length than what you could do. But yes, if you can, somebody saying they didn't hear what you said, but pretty much there is a mutation. I let Euro explain a little.
Yeah. Yeah, they can go to my Twitter feed. I posted.
I can't hear you. Did we get disconnected? Oh, okay. I think Euro might have gotten a little bit disconnected. Let's wait until he comes back. Am I here? So yeah, pretty much he has posted in his Twitter and his breaking news. Our Prime Minister Boris Johnson is going to go live at 4, which is in a little bit, in an hour, to talk to the nation. But there is a mutation within the COVID-19, so it's a new development, and he does Euro does scientific studies. Yes, you are here. Oh, cool. So yeah, he will tell you more if he joins, connects again. Let me see. Is Euro there? Probably is disconnected. I don't know. I hope he disconnected. But it's okay. I am here. I don't know. Am I live? You can see, oh, Euro is back. So I let Euro fill you in a little bit. You are back.
Can you see me? I don't know what happened. It just
Yes.
suddenly
It's
crashed.
okay. Sometimes it disconnects, but the great thing is even if we both got disconnected, we got a 2-minute window to rejoin the same broadcast. It's not like Periscope. We have to start
Oh, I
a
didn't
new.
know that.
Of course, you can
Oh,
close the
oh,
all
that's
up
good to know.
and then rejoin the same scope again. It's there. You got a 2-minute window.
Oh, that's
That's it.
super.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
I
love
have
that.
rejoined before, but I didn't know about the 2 minute window. That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
really good
you
news.
can. And on the computer, you just restart the card and the
Uh huh.
graphics card, and it restarts the card, graphics, and
Well,
you
that is good
reconnect.
to know
I
because
know.
that happens from time to time, and it was so frustrating on Periscope when it happens because you have to start all over,
Yeah.
and
Well,
so it's great you can rejoin.
Mark, one of my supporters, says just seen on BBC that Prime Minister could be introducing Tier 4 restrictions. That is bad. So if you can tell people a little bit more what you said early. So it's a new development. This is like breaking news because he does scientific studies there, Euros. So he came and told us, but a lot of people missed that. And if you can just touch up a little bit more on that so people understand.
So the big story sort of is, these viruses have mutations, so they change over time and they mutate. So this is a very common occurrence. Now, most of the mutations are not significant. Okay, they don't change the course of the virus, but every once in a while you have a mutation which is significant, and they have discovered a mutation in the UK which is significant. Already we have over 1,100 people in the UK that we know about that have been infected with this new variant, and what's disconcerting about this new variant is it's much more contagious, meaning it spreads much faster, and that's a problem because that's one of the things we try to get under control is how fast it spreads. So it spreads very fast. Like I said, they're having an emergency cabinet meeting. The Prime Minister is going to make an announcement at 4. Somebody mentioned they may have new tier requirements. Now, what's interesting about that, in the UK, you have a 3-tier system right now, Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. And Tier 3 is the most strict. And most of the country, most of the population of the country is in Tier 2 or Tier 3. Very few people in Tier 1. So London had just moved from Tier 2 to Tier 3 just recently. And even when they made that move, that was before we knew about this new variant. Some people were saying we may need to do something more strict, a Tier 3 plus, create a new tier system because it is spreading so fast. Now we know the cause of that increased speed, this new variant. So we'll see what he has to say. But yeah, it would not surprise me if they do announce new restrictions, whether it's a Tier 4, Tier 3 plus.
What would that mean for us, though? What kind of restrictions you think we would expect? Like not going out of the house at all? Like what? Have food just delivered for us?
Yeah. One of the things they've been talking about possibly doing is, so you know that in the UK, they have a little lightening up of the rules around Christmas, where there's a 5-day period starting on the 23rd of December, where you're able to visit other households, which generally you're not allowed to do. So for during those 5 days, in England and in Scotland and Northern Ireland, you can visit up to 3 households during those 5 days, and in Wales, you can do 2 households. So there has been some talk they may tighten that up. So whether they lower the number of households or maybe they eliminate it altogether, we'll have to wait and see. But I think the first thing I heard talked about was tightening up those Christmas regulations because some people feel they're a little too loose. But maybe it'll be more general with the Tier 4. So I would suspect something big, because if he's making an announcement to the country, it's probably going to be something big.
Yeah. It is scary. I mean, you know what? I feel lucky that we just did all family. We did the corona test and we were all negative. So now, during this Christmas period, I don't have to go out. I know I'm safe. So I can stay cooked in the house, and I know none of my family has it. So just going buying some bread and buying milk, food, that's it. But I don't mind even shopping from online. But this is a time when the most important time really, to get together and helping each other. I have a WhatsApp group with my neighbors where we live. So it is a lot of old people live here, so we've added and we kind of help out, and we buy shopping for somebody that can't go out at all, and we leave the shopping at the door. So I see that community has come together and we help each other. So during the first lockdown and second, we exchange books. So all we would do, leave it by the door, and who wants it, they will come get the books to read, or toys. I've put unboxing and boxes of things. So I love that the community comes together, and we need each other more than ever to support, because economy is down, everything's, I mean, even our spirits are like breaking, lots of depression and stuff. So just being kinder to each other and helping hand, or just a listening ear, because people just want to talk. And live streaming also is amazing, and what we do is amazing. We are a great help to a lot of people that can't go out at all. So watching you in Paris is amazing, or just my art. People just sit there, relax, take their mind off the worries and the economy going, berserk and everything. So yeah, it is scary times ahead, guys. So just let's be kind to each other and help each other any ways we can. So that's it. And thank you. I thank you all for your support, for those awards. I highly suggest you follow Euro, support him as well. Euro, please open a Buy Me a Coffee. I'm sure a lot of your community will support you with coffees. So when you go around Paris, you can buy a hot cup of coffee and enjoy when you talk to us about all those amazing places in Paris, and all this
Wow.
breaking news and all the amazing job you've done on Periscope and continuing to do on Hubs. I look forward to seeing all your broadcasts here on our new home uh, on Hubs TV. So, yeah. Uh, Anything else you want to add, please feel free. I'm thankful and delighted to have you in my coffee chats with Bobbi. Look at that. Make today awesome. Your life is your canvas. I'll be sending you a cool and fabulous coffee cup all in Paris. So you're going to have a Bobbi Bitter cup as my guest right there. And
Wow.
you can fill it with coffee. Uh,
Well, I just want to. Well, I got two things to say real quick. One is, so British Spy in the comments said that they've already canceled household mixing in London for Christmas. So apparently, um, British Spy says there's no household mixing in London. Um, but I wanted to thank you. I'm honored to be in your coffee chat. I love being your official first guest, so that's very exciting. And I just want to encourage all the people in my community to follow you if they don't already follow you. I'm sure many already do. But if they don't, to follow you and to support you. And you can do that very easily with the award system here.
yeah.
Jap says, great broadcast! Exclamation point. So that's what we like to
Thank you.
hear.
Well, I've had a lot of comments in great questions, great questions. And you commented a lot. So I thought, you know what? I came prepared. I'm putting all my journalistic, like, uh, well, because I started in journalism, my job. So I'm putting all
Right.
what I've done before. I'm trying to have questions, ask you questions. I came prepared. I made questions before I came live. So yeah,
Oh,
all
you know what we should do
the
again?
skills are coming to hand. I thought, what would people want to know about Europe? Because you have lots of followers, you are very popular, and you are, a legit, solid live streamer. So they would know already a lot. But some things that people don't know, and tips for new streamers. And I want to know, like, also something you never shared with somebody. What are your passions, like hidden passions that you don't share with the world? What is your
Ah,
That
that's
is
good
another
stuff.
question that I did not ask, but I have written it right on top. I want to know your passions, what you're passionate about that you not
Well,
necessarily share with the world.
well, Bobby, I have an idea. Maybe if you're willing, we should do another coffee chat sometime.
Yeah,
And what we could do, if you want, is we could also do sort of a Q&A from people in the comments. If they have questions,
yes,
we can try to answer them. Because
yes.
I'm sure not only do they have questions for me, but I'm sure a lot of people have questions for you, and we could try to answer them as two broadcasters. You know.
Yes, yes. People are waiting for your passions, though, something you're passionate about, your hobby and passion you never ever like shared with the world. Oh, thank you. Probing questions. I know I've asked all the questions are really legit and good questions that will help people with new streamers. So all the
Yeah.
tips, please watch replay if you guys come in. I am going to be the Oprah, new Oprah of Hubs. I'm going to ask all your favorite broadcasters. I'm going to bring them here in Coffee Chat with Bobbi, and I'm going to ask questions. And please DM me which broadcasters you want me to invite in my Coffee Chat. But of course, we're going to do a Q&A, and you are welcome to come anytime. And I would love to have our CEO, Mark, come, and Drew, and David. I want them all the Hubs team. So we do like an over table, and we take questions from people as well. But yeah, I love you guys to come over. And we do Q&A, but in a more personal level, because that was my focus always in my channel. I want
Yeah.
to know, that's why I started my coffee chats on Periscope, because when I do art, I focus on my art and telling people what to use, talk about products and all that. But in coffee chats, I started to connect with people in a more personal level. I tell them
That's
more
awesome.
stories about me. Yeah, so I started, and they became so famous. People kept DMing me, "Oh, when is the next coffee chat, Bobbi? I'm missing your coffee chat. You haven't done one, in ages." And even if I don't do for a couple of days, I get like messages. Oh, I was
Yeah.
waiting for the coffee chat. So I'm like, hold on, people
Well,
really like the coffee chats, and I
you
let
know,
people to connect. So this is awesome idea what you suggested with the Q&As. So let me know when and come back.
yeah. Hey, I'm willing to do it anytime you want to do it. I think it would be a lot of fun, and I do say, and I'm sure it's probably the case with you as well. But yeah, I'm passionate about quite a few different subjects that I never talk about on Periscope for a lot of reasons. So one of them, for instance, is I'm really passionate about quantum chromodynamics. So but I just feel like it's probably a little too technical and it would bore a lot of people.
No, I am
But
interested to hear, like, what do you
yeah,
mean? That is a big word I cannot even pronounce. Can you please repeat?
quantum chromodynamics. It's shortened. It's called QCD. So it's a part of quantum mechanics. So I'm really interested in like physics. Uh, so at the very small level, like the subatomic level. So it's
Wow.
quantum physics, and I'm also interested in the very big, so both ends of the scale, which is the cosmology. So like you know how the universe originated, and
Me
all the
too.
expansion and
I'd
stuff like
like
that.
to
So
hear about all that, Euro. You see, I want to hear about that passion of yours because it interests me. Because the whole thing, I never watch TV, but even if I watch, is only Nat Geo or all this stuff that, kind of makes your brain work. You want to know. So that is very interesting to me. And
well,
I'd
maybe I
love,
should talk about it, but I never
yes,
do.
you
So
should. That's
yeah.
amazing. I want to hear. I
Oh,
want to
okay.
hear about that.
Well, maybe I'll do some scopes. I was thinking it might be better to do. See, now I could do it with HAPS. It was very hard to do on Periscope because some of these topics they're very interesting,
Yeah.
but it's much better to show with graphics and
Precisely,
with
and we can
images.
share links so to share
Right.
people to tell people where
Exactly.
to go look and learn more, because you could talk about something, but I am the person that is skeptic. I like to do a lot of research, and
Exactly.
I spend hours because one link takes me to the other and the other, and
Exactly.
so
And that's what's great about HAPS because
yeah,
like if I just talk about it, we'll definitely lose people because it's technical arcane. But
yeah,
if I can include the graphics and the links, people can visualize, and I can point and say, "Hey, this part means this, that part means that," and
yeah.
it makes a big difference. So that's something that was, you know, doable on Periscope, but very difficult. Whereas on HAPS, it makes it very easy to share graphics and videos and links, and so we could do that sometime.
Yeah, and plus the links are clickable, which is
Right. That's
as
big. Yeah.
on the psycho geograph. Bobbi has put Albania in the psycho. Yeah, I have, haven't I? Yeah, a lot of
Look at
people.
that. You're raising awareness to Albania, which is great.
Yeah, You know what? I have done that for 22 years since I first left, or more than 22 years. That when I left Albania, I was the first person to hit Caribbean, and I lived in Anguilla, and everywhere I went, St. Martin's and Lucia, Barbados, wherever I went, uh, people was they never heard of Albania. So I put Albania on the map in Caribbean. When I went to
Yay!
Albania, because we spoke about that when Napoleon was exiled, nobody ever knew about Albania. So, and I've written my name in Napoleon's house, at Longwood House, on the book, and I wrote Albania. On the big fort, I wrote Bobby Guest, Albania. So I wrote everywhere. So wherever I go, I make my mark. It's like a Shawshank Redemption that they write. It's been here. So yeah, I keep putting my mark. In Malawi, I was the only Albanian there, and another girl came because she was studying. She was doing her master's. She works in the government in Albania now, but it was amazing that wherever I go, it's like people don't hear, or I am the first Albanian they meet, which is great. Great ambassador for my country. Show that, the good side, because people listen to the news and they get wrong ideas. But I can never judge a country by the actions of a few people or a person or what have you. You can. It's like opinions. You hate somebody because of her opinions. You have your own opinions, which I don't have to agree, but I have to respect you and listen to your opinions. We don't all have to agree on the same opinions, but we just respect each other. And I listen to
Right.
yours, you listen to mine, and that's it. Uh,
That's so true. So many good points.
yeah. Yes, Euro. Mark, our CEO says, yes, Euro Maestro. We love domain experts talking about their areas of expertise and passions. Exactly. That's what I said. And that's why I wanted that question, because you show a lot of parties and you are very knowledgeable. And as I said, I love your brain. Uh, Besides the nice views you show, but yeah, I can tell you're a very smart guy. So that's why I join. And every time I join, I learn something new because you go well prepared, like a good journalist that has done their research before they go to do an interview and learned
Yes.
about the subject and person or what have you. So I thought,
Well,
hold on a minute, because yes, we see all one, but what does Euro love? What are his hobbies and his passions that he doesn't necessarily share with world? And that's what I want to know. And that is amazing now to learn your passion, because I want to know more, and other people do so too. So you got confirmation that my community would love to learn about your passion. So I look forward to seeing your broadcasts and talking about your passions and your expertise. So yeah, you see, you guys, you want it too. You see, amazing.
well,
Oh,
Mark raised a very good point, and it goes along with your point. So it's something I was hoping to discuss with Mark in the future, along with Peter, is that, and this would help with the discoverability, but some way to handle the segmentation of these different interests, because as this grows and we get more and more users, it's going to be harder and harder to find the people we want, the subjects that we want, and the new people. And that's where I think segmentation is so important.
yeah,
And, it's something that, unfortunately, Periscope, well, I should say Periscope did try to do some segmentation,
yeah.
so that was good. But, YouTube does a really great job with this, and some other platforms do a good job with that, and it makes a big difference. So hopefully it's something we can discuss at some point in time.
I was discussing that last night. You see, it's so funny that we are in the same length and think about the same thing and have the same kind of ideas. I discussed last night on the meeting with Hubs, and that's what I said. Segmentation,
Ah,
categorizing, because it's very important for people to come and find
yes,
certain things they want. So they're working on it right now. So art, music, news, this and that.
exactly.
So they're gonna
You
push
know,
on that. Adam is working as we speak on the categorizing. So
oh, that's good, because that I think is so important,
yeah,
because
it's very
I mentioned
important.
earlier I
Listen,
like
I have a
artists.
huge, I have like 3 pages of suggestions. So during this time, I've been like a spokesperson for Periscope and like
Oh,
helper.
good.
But everybody, when they comes in my streams, they make suggestions, their feedback. Oh, I don't like this. I make a note. My table is full of notes if I take a picture. And yeah, everybody, all the suggestions, clutter, this, block function, maps, I write it all down. So every time I have meeting, I request a meeting, and I mention all the feedback. So please, guys, do write your feedback. Do write your, what you like to improve, because as I said, they're making adjustments to fit us, and what we like to see in this app. So, and they are a small team, so be prepared. Is like the beta scope. We are all beta testers, and we're gonna help this app to become better and better. We can make it. This is amazing. New home that we can make it amazing how we want it. So bring the best content, bring your best game, and let's make this happen, because the more of us deliver good content, the more of us don't focus on badges, following. Let's build a following. Who cares? We follow each other. And that's why I'm doing this. So my community sees Euro Maestro. If you never heard about him, hey, because a lot of people haven't heard about me. So we get interacting with each other, we follow each other, and you follow Euro, you follow him everywhere. Check his YouTube, his Instagram, his Twitter. He's Euro Maestro everywhere, as I am Bobbi Baker everywhere. So it's great to collab, and I'm going to invite you regularly, because I like to pick his brain. I like smart people, it excites me. Like intelligence gets me a little bit, yeah. So, and
Well,
I
that
know
is awesome.
you guys want him too. Yes, Euro. Mark says, are you reading his comments? We have a lot of work to do on content organization and discovery, and the viewer experience in general. This is a major scope of work, so please be patient with us. And that's exactly what I was saying. We have to be patient. We are the beta scope.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and but they doing so much work with like the speed of light. I feel sorry for the tech guys, because they're working, they never sleeping. Uh, and I am thankful, that they're working so hard, and they put some major feature that I requested in the beginning, because I requested for landscape mode, and they did that really quick, because I could not do art without being on landscape, because I'm used to OBS. They did that really quick. The banner to be hidden, like the awards banners. So sometimes I want to make it like pop up sometimes when I want to say thank you. So I would say thank you now to everybody they gave awards. So now the banner shows, but I wanted that to be hidden when I do Artscope. They did that really quick. So a lot of those new updates you see, I have requested from them for the last 3 months. I've given them big list, and more are to come. And I know they're going to do it, because they are really good as what they do. Let's just give them time. But I am sure you would want to kind of get on with your day. If you have anything else to add, I would love for you to add. If you would like to, continue with your day, maybe we join you on your scope. If maybe you want to continue to do some walking about, or I don't know what your plans are for the day, let us know. But I'm thankful that you joined me today, and I look forward to you coming again in a public chat.
Yeah, I think I'll probably do another broadcast after this one.
Yeah.
I have to charge up my battery, so it'll probably take a couple minutes. But I'm thinking of maybe walking over to the Eiffel Tower and walking through the shopping district. But I just wanted to say to Mark's comment. Yeah, I was not talking so much about quick fixes, but more in terms of the long-term vision and strategy changes. So I've been very lucky to have been involved in a few social media platforms right from the beginning and their evolution. And I've had long conversations and interviews with the founders. So, I've interviewed the founder of MySpace and of Reddit, and I've had many conversations with them and others over a long period of time, and get a sense of, what worked, what were their obstacles, and stuff like that. And there's a lot of similarities, and I think hopefully we can have all those right things fall into place, perhaps.
Yes, yes. That's amazing. Well, there you go. Now you also will have the possibility to bring us some amazing guests to interview, noteworthy people, because we have
Yes.
option on camera. So that's why I decided now is the time, because I've been requested for the last, 5 years on Periscope during coffee chat. Please, Bobby, please. But I did not know the camera, how to put two cameras, the integration of the cameras, how to do it, and doing it with third party. I'm not like overly tech savvy. I know a few things, but and I could not be bothered. But I would love to see the guests you would bring in as well, because it's awesome to learn about new people and noteworthy people that we can, take note, and successful people as well in their own right, and normal people that,
Yeah.
have a
Because
story to tell.
I've done that on Periscope. Not so much recently, but like in the first year, second year, Periscope was really taking off. And what I used to do was I would used to interview a lot of celebrities, and I would interview directors and
Yeah.
actors and authors, especially, and stuff like that. And it was just really interesting to get their perspective on, some new film they released or a new book that
Mm,
they wrote.
yeah.
And I was thinking, now that I'm doing all this think tank work, it's not going to be as popular, but there'll probably be some people interested to interview some of the scientists and the researchers, and some of
I
the
be
breakthrough
there.
work that they're doing.
You'd be surprised, because you're thinking that it might be boring for people, but
Yeah,
trust
that's what I'm
me,
thinking.
I be there. I am very interested, and people are always
Okay.
interested in things they don't know. I want to learn more, and coming
Okay.
from you, that you have a great way of explaining to people things that us normal folks not necessarily would understand in scientific world, but you would explain to us, in a more kind of traditional way for us to understand, which is amazing. And I look forward. I'm excited. I want to hear, like, please do one tomorrow.
Right. Well, yeah, that's what I'd like to try to do, because we have some great researchers here in Europe, and it would be great that, they have such great insights. And I think you're quite right that sometimes, people feel a little bit intimidated, or the terminology that we use sometimes is hard to understand, very technical. So what I'd like to try to do is to try to make it more approachable and understandable for everybody, because some of it is, just so interesting anyways, and it's just a question of finding a way to explain it and show it to people.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, no, I look forward. And
What do you
you
think of this Christmas tree?
should go close. Oh, so cute. I put my Christmas tree very late this year. Oh, wow, so amazing.
Yeah.
Somehow, though, it doesn't feel like Christmas season. I'm kind of, is it because our spirits are in the dumps, because we're like a little bit sad and just staying home? And I don't know.
2020 has been a tough year, right?
Yeah,
So I'm
I
looking
haven't
forward
gone
to
out much,
2021.
because when I go to Winter Wonderland, and you feel all the lights, you feel the vibe, and now on your head
Right,
you just read singing of jingle bells, and I haven't gone
right.
anywhere to see that. I only been to Kingston, seen one tree, that's it. And I haven't felt that, because Christmas season, you go in the shops, everyone singing, and you see the songs, like you hear jingle bells all the time, and makes you shop more. Oh my God, oh my God. Said this year, nothing. I haven't felt nothing. Only one time I went to
You're right.
Kingston, saw the tree.
It makes a
Yeah.
big difference, because usually this time of year, I always like to scope the Christmas markets, and you see all the
Mm,
beautiful decorations from the artists and the artisans, and it's just so pretty. And you got the Christmas music, and everybody's so happy. And we have the ice skating rinks, and
mm,
we don't have any of that this
yeah.
year. There's no
No,
festive
nothing.
spirit.
Yeah,
So
but we have each other. We have each other on half. We're
yes.
gonna cheer each other up. We're gonna come together. As I said, I'm making an effort to discover new people, to connect with people. I'm doing a Let's Connect broadcast.
Oh,
All the time.
nice.
So I'm having people to follow us everywhere, like on Hubs and on Twitter now that Periscope is closing. So we can
Right.
connect and keep in touch. And yeah, this year it's gonna be different. So I am very eager to connect with new people. So guys, Do connect with me anytime. So thank you so much. Where is, oh, what's that? Oh, you're showing your face on a bit there. You did. We
There
got
you go.
Europe.
Sorry about that. We got disconnected somehow.
Oh, you did? Okay. So I'm going to end this here and give you a bit of time to get reset and start the broadcast. So, guys, you heard it.
Okay.
Euro is going to be live in a few minutes in his channel. So let's go there and enjoy a little bit more of the view and connect. Follow him, please, in all social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Hubs, Twitter. He's Euro Maestro. If you Google search, you'll find all the links. But here on Hubs, you can click on all the links. It takes you straight to his accounts. Give him a follow. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this coffee chat and mini interview with the lovely Euro Maestro from Paris. Thank you so much, Euro, for coming.
Well, thank you, Bobbi. And I see the comments. People are loving you, so that's awesome.
Yeah, people loving you. That's why. They love in us. They love in
They
us.
love us
We
both.
love them.
All right.
Bye
Well, that's awesome.
bye.
I do love this community. So,
Yeah.
so many thanks to all of you guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you, Euro.
All right. We'll do it again sometime.
See you on your
Cheers.
podcast.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.